Good afternoon or morning, depending on where you are in the world, or evening, wherever you're at. Welcome to another exciting match of our Highway to the Threemus Zone tournament for Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise. We have a great match today between chocosura and No Dumping in our group stage. My name's Vitasia, and I'm joined in the booth today by Bahamut X. How are we doing today, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How's your day going so far?
I started out kind of nice, got some coffee, scrambled a little bit of eggs, and now it's on to rando all day. It's going to be an amazing day today.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, actually, before I signed on here, I was watching a little bit of Swimmy's match a little bit, so that was fun to watch before joining here.
Absolutely. And, in this particular group stage, with this flag set, we have to complete three of the four objectives in order to get our crystal. We have our standard Cocal Forge with Legend Sword and Adamant. Burn the village down with Mist, which is just a one key item requirement. Launch the Falcon, which is just a hook, which might be required anyway to get underground. And then a freebie, rescue the hostage at Mount Hobbs, which is free. So this might be kind of a quick C, depending on how things shake out.
I definitely agree because I kind of look at like I said, you talked about those objectives, and yeah, the we need the hook to do the Falcon, but free one at 4, and so yeah, we'll see how things fall.
Double checking things here. I do believe that this is going to be the first race out of this group. I was checking it earlier, and I just want to double check which group this is. But I remember seeing this being the first race out of this particular group.
Nice, good to see some first race out of these racers then.
Oh yeah, group Ravana, and yeah, no other recorded races right now from this group. So this is fresh. We'll see who gets out of the gate quickest.
Excellent. It's I know a little bit about chocosura. I know he's a really good player. I'm not familiar with no dumping now. Are you familiar with no dumping?
I can't say that I've seen no dumping around the community, but this is one of the great things about the randomizer community. You can kind of play on yourself, kind of offline, and still be fantastic in this game. So we'll see what kind of surprises we have. We have a Magma Key start, which
Nice.
I don't know if we necessarily want to see. If we already know we have to get the Falcon as one of our objectives.
Yeah, that's true. And one thing to add to the previous comment, I know like during Fabo Gauntlet, there was definitely some players that people hadn't really heard of. They just showed up because you can do so much practice without doing races. So that's really cool to see some new players.
Oh, absolutely, and that's the nice thing. This community will always welcome new folks in it. We're a very welcoming community, one of the best internet communities out there. If you'd like to join us as well, go ahead and join us on Discord if you haven't already. Uh, anyway, back to the seed. We did have also a telestart along with Cecil. So Team Ordeals. I imagine we'll be going to Ordeals pretty quick.
Especially with those two characters, right? Because Cecil will turn into a paladin, and Tela gets all his spells, which is very can be very important if you want to do the Dragon Machine grind, which you usually need to have um, Tela because of his be able to cast weak.
And yes, we've heard of first Cecils, but have they heard of second Cecils? Because we have a second Cecil available to us in Mysidia. We do have also a Palom in Mysidia as well, and we also have an Edge in the Watery Pass. So uh, honestly, the party's shaping up pretty nicely already.
Oh, definitely. I could say with all those melee characters, or maybe looking at a either a hybrid or a Zerk party here.
Still a little bit concerned about who we're going to have healing us eventually, but right now, I mean, even with that edge this early, we'll just be able to crush just about anything we see our sights on.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that's one nice thing about seeing, and very much thing about seeing an edge, which usually races will have the flag such that you don't typically see Edge this early. So it can definitely make the beginning part of the scene much easier.
And we see kind of some different routing decisions. No Dumping is deciding to go ahead full clear just about everything he can get out of this watery pass area. Meanwhile, Chocosura's, cleared the first room and says, "No, I'm good." Now, the reason why No Dumping is doing that is because we have the pro randomization turned on, which puts extra weight on chests in certain locations that are considered "quote unquote" out of the way. Um, and because he has an exit mage, why not? Because he can get all the way right to the very end here and then exit out. It's just a matter of what he ends up finding. A ninja sword for Edge, that'll be nice. Wildish, not pro. Okay. Thank you so much, Pixel Tamer. And meanwhile, Chakasura does go ahead and clear out um, Damsian and says, "Yes, I'll take a young, and I'm ditching my Cecil." He doesn't know much about second Cecil quite yet. So, I mean, we'll see if he ends up changing his mind. He didn't. I mean, we found a lightsaber, which is nice. It's not great, but it's nice. It's a viable in-game weapon. Yeah, it is worth noting that Chakasura does actually already have. He has one other Cecil, so. And now he says he's ditching his other Cecil in order to have a Porum. So we do have our second twin and a healer, but it's Porum.
Well, still, Porum is still a white mage, and so it's better than nothing.
True. I mean, you do have to be a little bit careful because, uh, especially when it comes to end game, Porum, you know, her health generation and how she gains health as she levels is one of the lowest in the game. Really got to be careful if you're going to plan on taking her all the way up to Z-Man.
That's very true. And something that might help is if you have one of the characters be a chemist, you could have, so she can raise quickly. Or if we come across some apples, that can help her out a little bit too.
Chakasura did go ahead and already cleared out that Mount Hobbs character. Decided, went ahead and got the other treasure chests in there. Meanwhile, we see No Dumping doing a more conventional route at this point, already diving into Ant Lion Cave. I got to imagine Chakasura is going to be heading there for too long.
That is typically a spot people will check early, although I know that there are some people that do like to fade it, but usually people check that early. It is really nice that No Dumping did find that Stardust Rod, which, Antella will definitely help him a bit, but definitely be more useful like on Palom or Iridia.
Yeah, we did see Chakasura go ahead and equip that on his Palom in the meantime. So, uh, really kind of an interesting setup. We have an Edge, a Yang, and then three casters, Palom, Porum, and Tilla. Meanwhile, No Dumping has not gotten either his Palom or Porum, does not know about second Cecil yet.
Which could be helpful if Chocosar does come across a second Cecil, because I know because of the vanilla agility flag set, Cecil doesn't become as viable as he usually is. But if you do get Excalibur or Crystal, at least in my opinion, I feel like that still makes Cecil really good though and worth keeping.
And we have side by side Rubicante fights. Oh, this is going to be. It should be pretty easy. I mean, we have an Edge, and we have, even with different party setups, an Edge by itself should be able to solo this fairly easily.
As one nice thing about having Stardust Rod early is the using as an item can do a nice chunk of damage, but it's only useful early game though.
Okay, we have a tower key that might incentivize early climbing the tower if we're still looking for any key items once we get to the underworld. We already do have access to the magma key, so we do have access to the underground whenever we decide to head that direction. Um, we'll see if no dumping goes over and goes ahead and clears out what he really needs to do in terms of Hobbs being right next door. Um, Meanwhile, we'll see what chocosura ends up doing. We still have some hunts to do, but he's got a Cecil. Oh no, he's done with Cecils entirely. He just has to get his Tella online.
And yeah, it does look like Chocosar is going up Hobbs here. So maybe he is thinking using Tella to do his level grinding.
And another punch mage, and he says, "Nah, I'm good."
And I see that no dumping is going around some other, or at least another item check or item shop check, but it looks like he is going to take Magma Key down on the underground.
All right, we have a group of guards that are available as our first boss. These guys are kind of interesting. They're susceptible to most of the other things that are going on. Your stops, your status effects. Mutes are especially effective against these particular guards who do like to cast on you. However, at this particular spot, it looks like Chukasur is just going to brute force them.
It does look like it. I know I've gotten to the habit myself to buy a mute bell if I come across it, because yeah, guards later in the game can be difficult because they do a lot of physical damage, and yeah, with the counter physical attacks with mini and magic attacks with pig, which can really make a ruin on your day if they land. So it's nice to have that mute bell if you can find it.
Meanwhile, at Kenyatzo, on the second spot, that's the wrong fiend.
It's a theme. Kano's another boss that, if he's late in the game, could be a lot more difficult. So if I, when I check item shops, if I come across the litany items, I usually pick up a few because it's good to get rid of that water early, as fast as you can, especially early on if he has more HP.
It really is kind of amazing how often, just low level lit items end up being beneficial
Oh,
in the
definitely.
game. I mean, you think Odin, who has weakness to lightning. You think Kenyatso, who is reactive to lightning. There's all different sorts of enemies that seem to have a lightning weakness of some capacity. So great pickups.
Oh, definitely. And something that I've learned the past year is I have this growing list of if I come across this item in the item shop, pick up a couple of these, from lightning items to, uh, kamikaze to use up in twin harp, etc.
All right. Well, we did end up finding the legend sword that was located in the free chest in the Fey March. So that's one of our two key items for to forge the sword. We might be able to dodge launching the Falcon, which at this point in time would be the the most time consuming because we just found the package in Mount Ordeals. So yeah.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. So down to, was it the one key item now that we need? Either the hook or the adamant, for at least for no dumping.
Yeah, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else in chat. We're under 15 minutes, and we're already one key item away from go mode. So, well, I say that, but we don't have our moon access, so I say that with a grain of salt. We need at least another way to get to Z.
That is true. So either the darkness crystal or the pass, but we could still have a no moon seed.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I like my seeds moonless personally, if I can get away with it.
Yeah, moon bosses tend to be a bit harder, so I do kind of like to clear up above ground and underground before going to moon if I can help it.
Now, no dumping is checking these armor shops as well that are in the Fey March, and I saw Sork robes available for sale. Wouldn't chocosura love to have that kind of knowledge with his party set up as it is right now?
What is it you said that was in the item shop?
Sorcerer robes.
Oh yes, it's nice when you come. I've seen those in shops, and it's nice to see that. I usually don't check the armor shops too much, but I know, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, you can find curse rings inside the item shops in this flag set.
Yes, you can. Now, I mean, is it worth checking every single one? Yeah, that's debatable. I mean, I know some people check a few here and there, just kind of depending on what your setup is. It's more beneficial if you have a Cecil and you're already kind of setting yourself up to needing that curse ring.
Right. And typically, I think if I'm going to check armor shops, probably more later in the game because the it is standard shop itemization, so weighted towards stronger items in later game shops. So I think there's probably a greater chance of a curse ring in the later shops in the game.
And there's our package. It's a little boy is burning the town down. Lots and lots of little boys. Anyone who's had children, by the way, knows that little boys are entirely capable of burning an entire house, village down. Just saying.
And looks like chocosura is. Oh, chocosura does have to go through the entire cutscene here, so you have to take on. But he doesn't have to finish it up in Kaipo, just has to finish his cutscene.
Yeah, the interesting thing is this does kind of block off. I hope he went ahead and I'm not sure if Chokasura checked the item shop if he needed anything in Kaipo because this just kind of blocks Kaipo off from ever being able to access it again.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
why it's here. Yeah.
I was about to say that you beat me to it.
Meanwhile, no dumping looks like he's setting up for World Gauntlet, which we have already seen, which is where we ended up getting that package, I believe, from Chocosura.
So they're doing a little bit of trade of checks here. It looks like Chocosura is going to go down, probably going to go underground now. Doing a little shopping, a little bit of selling. It's nice to see Ogopogo in an early spot like this, as long as you have the DPS, because yeah, still like almost every spot, Ogopogo scares me a bit because of that open big wave, because that will do, still the same damage no matter where he's at.
Yeah, and with an edge right here, you might be a little bit concerned um, about how much damage you'll end up doing or anything, but yeah, edge makes this.
Oh,
Oh,
I guess we hadn't seen Chocosar didn't do Fable.
we have not seen that. Okay, why did I think that was? Where was package then?
Yeah, I thought someone went up into. I thought Chocosar
Oh,
went up into Fumble too. So actually, that threw me off.
okay. Package was okay. Package was not ordeals. And by the way,
That was
there's
Crystal
our
Sword.
crystal sword.
Okay, I thought I saw that. So No Dumping still has a Cecil, so he's good to go with going with Cecil. That Crystal Sword is the max damage you can do with the sword. So very nice.
Now, chocosura is showing something that you don't see terribly frequently, but it is good knowledge to have. The trap chests in Lower Babel, and there's, I think, 4 of them total. But these alerts that are in the trap chest, if you sneak them with Edge, you can steal sirens. And unlike most other Final Fantasy games where you steal once from a character and you got their thing, you can keep stealing and keep stealing and keep stealing. So if you're not expecting to find any sirens anywhere, you can just steal them constantly from these guys.
Exactly, and it's definitely something I keep in mind if I get an edge. It's also nice. I've had practices where I've gotten more than one edge, so I just have 2 edge stealings over and over, and I get my needed sirens. Oh, Dumping looks like he still does have a Cecil though, so Dumping will be able to use the Crystal Sword, but Chocosura dumped both Cecils.
That will give dumping kind of a nice edge.
Ha!
Not yeah, I know. As soon as I said it, no, it'll be a nice little advantage, as we're moving on. Chakasura is setting himself up to be able to move still pretty quickly through the bosses, but there's no substitute for a Crystal Sword equipped Cecil. Like that's just free damage there.
Oh yeah, that's it. Kind of like, oh, I'm gonna go for Reflex Trots. Oh, Crystal Sword. I still have Cecil. Okay, never mind.
At that point, you have Crystal Sword Cecil, and then like a healer, and you're good. Like Z's
Mm,
dead.
yeah, pretty much. That's the risk of giving up Sid or not Sid Cecil. Is even Excalibur. I like to if I miss out on Excalibur with getting rid of Cecil, it hurts. Especially Crystal Sword though.
Chakasura he only stole 3 sirens, so he's cracking at least a few eggs to get a handful of levels for his characters right now, just to make sure that he's able to clear stuff out that he needs to. Be able to learn Quake, I think, is his primary objective right now. He might also be setting up, well, his Tele should know Warp, so he should be trying to work on how to.
That is correct. Yeah, that is one of the flags that are set for this flag set is that if you go to the Dwarf Castle and you defeat the boss there, you can take advantage of the Warp glitch, which means that if you use Warp inside the Dwarf throne room, you go back to the previous crystal room and there is an item there which isn't supposed to be there. And so with Warp, you have that turns the Dwarf Castle into a 2-item check rather than the normal 1.
Bahamut, can I confess something to you right here and now about that particular glitch?
What's that?
When I was a kid, first playing this game, I didn't know you were supposed to do anything else but use Rydia to warp and get that. I always completely skipped the sealed cave, just entirely.
Nice. So you knew about that glitch early on.
Yeah, I believe it was in a Nintendo Power very early on, and then a friend taught it to me.
Nice. Oh, Nintendo Power. I still have my Nintendo Powers from the 90s, from like 1991 to like 99. I still have them in a box. I don't remember that being Nintendo Power. Maybe that was, and I don't remember or missed it, but it's possible. I definitely did use the glitch myself as a kid.
Meanwhile, so we have No Dumping, who's upgrading his Cecil, and saying, yes, please. I will absolutely use my crystal sword against this Odin and laugh. But yeah, chocosura is going here, over here to Dwarf Castle, and looks like we got some imps available to us behind the wall to start with. Oh!
Oh, no, it's elements.
Oh. This is my favorite little dance because it's 4 different character sprites.
Indeed. I think, isn't it when it's the vanilla boss with the dolls? Isn't it just 3 dolls or is it 4 dolls too? I can't remember.
I believe it's 4.
It is 4. Okay. So that would be interesting if they like, oh, we're going to add a 4th one. So that makes sense. But nice easy kill though for chocosura. That's one nice thing with elements is they're each, weak to another element. So.
Well, this looks like another Mylan fight. And if we want another Rydia... Oh, he ditched his Tella for Rydia.
Which is going to be used as an anchor. I thought that right when it's like, oh, he's probably used an anchor, yep.
Did he get enough levels that he would work with Palom?
I don't know. I don't know exactly what level it is, but I know it's not particularly low because I actually did a practice seed where I switched out Tilla and I got a bunch of levels with Palom from that last boss, but I didn't have warp, so hopefully he does. Mid-30s, it is late.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he has warp. We'll see. I mean, this is a good chunk of experience. We'll see if he learns anything here. Oh yeah, he learned Ice 3. So yeah, he has warp.
Okay, that's good. Because, yeah, like I said, I did a practice seed. I made that mistake. And I reset. Because I'm starting to get better, but since this glitch is usually turned off, you have to start remembering, like, oh, I can actually use that glitch now. It's not normal.
So here's something that's really interesting to me. And I want to double check to see what this item is first. Sand Ruby. Okay, well, he's not turning that in, absolutely. But No Dumping has 2 Yangs and has not completed the rescue on Mount Hobbs, according to our tracker, which is another Yang.
All Yang party? He's going up.
What?
Yeah, maybe. Is he going for the character? What was the character? Was it another Yang?
It was another Palom, is what I remember. He might just be checking this boss. Just be like, hey, if this is Threemus, this will be the greatest, Fade play of ever. But we'll see.
But did he save though before going to Kaipo though? I don't think he did he?
And this is not required. This might be just a bit of a brain fart on No Dumping's case. The objective was just to burn the village. You don't have to complete the whole quest chain.
Right. Well, thankfully he's high enough level that it looks like he one-shotted Octomanum. I suppose the silver lining, though, is, if there is good items or a good character in Kaipo, he does have access to it now.
Yeah, and he's opting to go ahead, and he wanted that Palom. So, okay.
So, no Yang party. Oh.
Ain't no party, punch mage party, is it punch mage party? Don't stop.
And it looks like chocosura is going up lower Babel because he's got the tower key and nice 2 quick item checks.
Yeah, and especially at this point in time when you're well, he doesn't know that he's one key item away from what we would call no mode because of that legend sword. That's of all places, where the legend. Wait, where was the legend sword? Was that
Oh, Fey
Feymarch?
March. And chocosura hasn't done Fey March yet. Usually, one usually check this because it's a free check, but looks like he's doing a lower babble here first.
Yeah, but between Feymarch and then turning in to get the hook, um, it's really interesting at this point in time because no dumping has the ability. He's burned the village. He can rescue the hostage. He can launch the Falcon. He could be in go mode. I mean, we're just looking for our way up to the moon and to level at this point.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, he does. And we did see the Rubicante boss there was Dr. Luque, so that's good to know ahead of time.
Alright, so he's doing the Tower King and opening that up. He completely faded. He saw Wyvern and was like, "Nah, I'm good." Right?
Oh, he faded. Okay.
Unless I blinked and he defeated the fight entirely. But
That would have been pretty quick if he beat it. That's true. So he must have faded. Because yeah, Wyvern at a fast spot can be a pain because you want to get that reflect up, but if you're not fast enough, I know I've had times where I think was it either King or Queen spot in Fey March. It's difficult to get those Star Veils off in time.
it's really interesting, watching the run from this particular perspective. And I I say this, and I don't mean any disrespect to no dumping right now. He is right now. He's, as far as I'm concerned, in the lead because he is in go mode. He's just searching for his way up to the moon. But his inputs, as I'm watching this, have been a little bit slower. He's not quite the polished runner that I think Chocosura is. But his routing has been superior right now to this point where all he has to do is go launch the Falcon and he's set. And that's amazing at this point in time.
Oh, indeed, and with the Crystal Sword. So he's, I definitely agree with your statements there, but he definitely has an advantage right now.
I think that's one of the beauties, really, of randomizer, as far as I'm concerned, is that you know the standard speed runs, the people who are where it's just muscle memory to get through as quick as the game as possible, as quickly as you can. This has some strategery and some decision making that you have to do on the fly. And right now, no dumping is in the lead.
Yeah, especially I mean, if you get seeds where you have many different paths you can take, that can definitely help even things out a bit if you take the right path versus someone else, even if they're a more seasoned runner. Oh, what was the? I missed the job. What was the job?
I believe the job was an insurance claims adjuster.
Nice.
So the true evil of the world, clearly in Tamra.
I believe that means he has verified the seed, if I understand the term right. And looks like I didn't see this. I know no dumping had checked that shop before, but it's nice to see Bacchus wines, especially if you're going to do any kind of berserking. If you're going to do any kind of berserking and no Bacchus wines, it's difficult to get those characters berserked in a Z fight enough times. Ah, validated. Oh, my apologies. I'm a little rusty. This is my first commentary since Football Gauntlet. Ah, thanks, Dathis. And it looks like No Dumping is doing what chocosura did, stealing some, well, that time was a failed attempt, stealing some sirens, which is really great. I always think about that when I have an edge, like, oh, I can get sirens.
Now I'm curious because I know the middle slot gives you increased accuracy for your attacks, but if we were to switch Edge to that middle slot, would he have increased accuracy on his steals? Does anyone happen to know? That's just a question I'm throwing out there now.
That's a good question. I have no idea.
Forum's Cry increases steal chance? Really? Huh.
Neat. Today I learned. So here's a question. So chocosura is a Fame March. Is he gonna... Have we seen what the Fame March bosses are yet?
We have not. I do know that No Dumping went there, but he mostly checked the shops and then noped out. I don't think he checked who bosses were.
I was wondering why No Dumping is killing his other characters. Maybe it's so he can get more edge turns. I think that's what it is, because Simon's not doing anything, so maybe that would give him more turns faster.
Yeah, I think that's it. All right, and here we have our boss checks, and Evil Wall and another Punch Mage. There's been a lot of Yangs out here, and that's the first time we've proven boss.
A lot of Yangs, and then also I noticed, since it is the Yang boss, since chocosura doesn't have Cecil, you won't be able to use that script to take down Yang quickly, but No Dumping will if Yang boss is needed. So very much a lot of Cecil value in this seed.
True, absolutely true. chocosura here is going to be checking. He'll be able to check. Oh, No Dumping also did this. He checked both Young's to get a Sheila check in with his Football Gauntlet. So chocosura will be able to do that, and he will be rewarded with his hook as well. I get the sense that No Dumping is fine. Oh no, he's done. Okay. I was gonna say, I think he's gonna steal as many sirens as it takes to level him up all the way, because he knows he's in go mode.
Oh, indeed, and thankfully Cecil does have the. Okay, I was a little bit worried. He does only had Edge and Cecil up since he didn't kill off the alert in one shot, but thankfully things were fine. He was there for quite a long time. I wonder how many sirens he picked off. Probably enough to level.
It certainly looked like it to me. Might be a little light. Remember, one of the people he has to level up is going to be that Forum.
And there's that crystal sword with Sheila 1.
Yeah, I'm just worried because he's doing egg grind right now. It's fine to get a couple levels right now when you do this, but still need your way to the moon. So I would be very cautious about spending too many sirens on leveling up. Just get through what you need to before you can go to the moon. And then maybe grind when you get up there. Um, Simply because it's a little bit more of an efficient grind up there. And to be perfectly honest, you want to make it as efficient as possible because your Porum needs to be able to survive big bangs if you're counting on that being the white mage.
Indeed, and since he does have Tela, he has the weak spell, so doing the double glow dragons with the sirens is more efficient because he can cast weak to go through them faster.
We saw hourglasses somewhere as well. Like I want to say we saw hourglasses uh, in oh, we saw them somewhere. Where were they?
I think you're right. I don't remember where, but I think I saw him somewhere too, which definitely also can help with the I call them double gold dragons, because if I can, I prefer the double gold dragon grind over the egg grind because I do provide more experience and a nice chunk of money. As for death this year, I guess we'll get to find out because Chocosura is about to check it.
Yeah, Eblin Cave. I want to say it was here, but let's see. Yarp. Yeah, hourglass.
Nicely done. I don't think he picked up any though, did he?
I don't know if no dumping did or not. I mean, we know that Chocosura just did. So.
Sorry, I was referring to Chocosura. I think I took a drink of pop and I was not looking at the screen for a moment.
Yeah, he grabbed 5.
Oh, 5. Okay, that's excellent. He can, I think he only picked up 3 sirens, but that could definitely help with later bosses or grinding for sure.
And Chocosura, now with that hook, also knows that he's in go mode, so he's just going to go ahead and do this. Again, the one thing we're missing for both of the runners, we have no way to the moon quite yet.
Maybe it's like Death has said. Maybe it'll be Yang or Wyvern. It's always quote unquote fun when the last needed item is behind Wyvern inside the Fate March.
That completely precludes anything being required up on the moon. So I'm fine with that. Better than a required Wyvern or even a required Gauntlet at the Masamune area.
That's fair. There are worse things, but not too much more though. I don't like Wyvern and Fate March. Yeah, Crows made a good point. I noticed he had swapped back to the Tela there, didn't he? Which I kind of wonder then, is he wanting to do once the weak spell, I suppose? Because I think he already has. Well, I think he was using Rydia as a anchor before, I thought.
Yeah, he's setting himself up to be able to use weak at this point in time. Yeah, both runners are currently in Babel. We have Chocosura, who is in Upper Babel, getting ready to finish off his Falcon run, which will put him officially in go mode as soon as he figures out how he's getting to the moon. But no dumping is still. I think no dumping is hunting more for his way up to the moon at this point in time before he wastes time going to get the Falcon. One of the nice things about this is when you do go and get the Falcon, there's no key items like as you're going through here, so he knows he can put it off.
Yeah, this is true. And I know Chocosura is fighting the boss spot where King and Queen Eblin usually are, And I know sometimes, depending on the boss here, this can be a really tricky spot, especially if you have low levels. But with Quick Kid Online, no problem.
Nope, none. Meanwhile, we have Dr. Nugay. Just from the looks of it, it looks like Dumping is in a little bit better of a level position, although Chocosura did crack just, I think he's cracked fewer eggs at this point in time, but he has fewer sirens as well. He also has, the Porum Palum set up with the Tela. No Crystal Sword Cecil, which is still kind of a nice edge that no Dumping has.
I'm still gonna laugh when people, if anytime that you say edge when there's an edge in the party, I'm still gonna laugh a little bit.
Yeah, there are worse puns to me.
Oh yeah, definitely. So we're gonna see no Dumping get to see Wyvern in his face here in a moment. See if he nopes out of it or tries to take it on.
He's got a better level situation than Chocosura did when he came here. It's just a matter of if his speed's enough to be able to get any of the Star Veils off.
Oof. Oh, Miss Palom. That's nice.
Yeah, but of all people to miss.
Wait, his Palom is Porum.
Yeah, his Palom is Porum.
Oh, he named it that, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Ah. Like, that's not right.
Oh, gonna try again. Oh, he's gonna try to Drain Sword Cecil to try to lower his agility so he can squeeze in at least someone, please, to be able to survive this.
Definitely a good tactic. I know sometimes I also like to lower the battle speed a bit. That can also at least give you a little bit more of a chance to do that run buffering to hopefully just get that squeezed out Star Veil.
Yeah, looks like he set that up. He put the speed at this lowest. So if he does get through this, it'll be a slow fight.
Which could pay off if he's able to do it. Because, like I said, the only thing that's left that's needed is a way to the moon. This could be it. So Chocosura finished his fucking, and now he is go mode-ish. Now he's to go and try to find that way to the moon now.
And now, yeah, I mean, he's doing well so far for this particular women fight.
Yeah, he was able to survive that first blast and get people up, get Cecil berserked. I think he's at a good point right now.
It'll be really interesting if this ends up being what really pushes him over the edge, over the top.
Indeed, definitely put him, I want to say, Maybe roughly the same. I want to say maybe don't know dumping still in the lead a little bit. It just depends on who gets that uh, moon thing first. I know no dumping did. I thought no dumping did Baron already, didn't he?
No dumping did Baron in, yes. I believe that is where nothing is. There's
No, it's a spoon. That's not nothing.
Oh, okay. So apparently, no dumping didn't do this.
Oh, you're right. It's not on this tracker. Huh. Oh, wow, that could have been a game changer if that had been one of those two items. Usually people don't fade that long. People don't fade a Baron in that long. That's quite a long fade. Where did chocosura get the Baron key? I don't remember that.
I believe it's at the end of this chain that no dumping's in now. Like as soon as he exits, it's a tower key turn.
Oh, I see. Okay. So, yeah, we'll see here. There's so many different places. One spot checks to get that moon item.
Meanwhile, we have another lunar sparkle that handed us our first key item in the game, and it is Plague.
Man, this will be interesting if the moon key item here is with Wyvern. No dumping is in a firm lead, but if it's not, and it ends up being here in Baron, I think definitely brings chocosura back higher again. Maybe not necessarily in the lead yet, because he does have to level a bit more, but definitely closer.
And there's some nightmare scenarios being talked about right now, and Mechalink, I think, makes the best point in chat. As long as Threemus is still out there and available, there's always a nightmare scenario.
Oh, and we haven't seen Miss Dragon, have we? But he missed it, Luca. Yeah, that would be a nightmare scenario. With this black set especially, because you wouldn't normally think about going there since you can just use the warp glitch.
And dumping is making a heck of a go of this Wyvern right now. He's zerked his Crystal Sword Cecil, and it's down.
That's down. Wow. Suspense. I missed it there. At least for me, the video was cutting out a bit.
Yep, we'll make sure to try to double check to see if we can figure out what he has now. Bear with us.
Ah, the suspense! I can't take it.
I just checked his personal stream and he doesn't have a tracker on it.
I just checked too. I have a Khadgar up.
Well, we'll know exactly what it is based on what he does next then.
Right. Probably say if he goes to Baron, then he doesn't have it.
Looks like he's gonna go grind some levels.
Which could mean lots of things. We don't know.
Wait, darkness! It was darkness!
It was dark. Oh my. Okay.
And Baron Basement had pass. What?
Oh, nice.
So, for everyone out there in the interwebs watching this race, we have almost simultaneous go modes. No Dumping still has to launch the Falcon, and then he can go to the moon and do whatever he wants.
Oh man.
Chocosura will not be able to do his preferred grinding method, I'm sure, because he would love to be able to go to the moon or do a D machine grind or do something like that, but he has no choice there.
He did pick up some hourglasses, so I know even without, maybe he'll go steal some more sirens, or if not, I know there's one place up in the moon where there's a decent chance to get the double blue dragons, so that could be a viable option, but both players here have some things to do before they take on Threemus. I anticipate a close finish here.
And that's the worst thing for Chocosura, because his way to the moon is a pass. He has to do his grind somewhere here down on planet Earth, if
you're right.
Earth. So his grind options are much less viable than anything No Dumping can do. No Dumping is a little bit behind in terms of the straight line run because he still needs to do this Falcon. But man, his grind is going to be considerably easier.
But Chocosura does have the 10 key items, and so maybe what's most viable is to either steal some more sirens or maybe do trap doors.
Oh, I just threw up in my mouth a little bit when you said let's do trap doors.
I know. I'm sorry. I don't like doing it. It's like a last resort for me.
We did find Rosa available, yeah, from Baron, and he took her. Hey, I like it. You need a better white mage than Porum. I'm sorry, she's superior in every way, shape, and form.
Oh yeah, I'd definitely take a Rosa. I mean, also, I don't know, maybe do a little bit of slingshotting because low level. Minor slingshot because he doesn't have access to the D machine grind, but it's a minor slingshot.
And Earth Crystal. Yeah, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is now 10 key items. So, okay, his grind won't be so bad. Yeah, so now he's going to stop by and be like, I need to go do some shopping. And by shopping, I mean stealing. Because
exactly. That would definitely help Chocosura quite a bit, so we can steal the sirens, have the 2 key items. So again, this would be interesting. I think it would be a close ending here.
It looks like No Dumping forgot to change his battle speed back after that Wyvern fight, because this is a slow bad ogre fight
right now. I also do wonder why I guess I wasn't checking to see if he checked the other chests, but he has enough items. You don't need to check any more treasure chests. Just take the Falcon down. Oh, can you steal Bacchus wines from Mad? Oh, I think you can, right?
Yeah, you can steal Bacchus ones from these Mad Ogres as well.
Ooh, I learned two things today.
Insert the more you know rainbow meme here.
Exactly. That's one nice thing about doing commentary. I can keep learning at the same time. And looks like chocosura stealed enough sirens for his liking. And he gets to finish his grind and take the pass. I would maybe say chocosura, since he does have a easy way to finish his leveling, I would say he probably has a little bit of an edge on no dumping now. What do you think?
At this point, yeah. I think the real key was getting that 10th key item. If he didn't get the 10th key item, then it would be a real rough, grind in terms of just the time sink that was going to be needed. And, his 8 sirens should be plenty in order to get him what he needs to do. If not, it would have opened the door for no dumping to be able to finish this package off, get his grind going up on the moon, and then get there. From what we know, it's still going to be a close race, but I do want to give the edge to chocosura right now. Man, I mean, this is one of the nice things about this particular flag set. These two runners went in complete opposite directions from go. We've been trying to keep track of them. They had kind of a neat sync moment at one point in the race, but other than that, they've been in complete opposite directions. They're finishing up the same objectives, but their way to the moon is completely different.
Oh, indeed. And speaking of edge, I saw that before he started the egg grind here, he equipped the assassin dagger, which I know is not a 100% hit, but he's hitting it so far with the ability to swoon enemies, which definitely helps when your characters aren't high enough to one-shot the eggs.
He's going to have a dead Tella, too, to serve as an anchor. He's going to have, it looks like he's going to be set up for Zerk strats. He's got a Rosa and 2 melee. That's kind of all you need.
Yeah, that's true. And, maybe, I'm not sure if you can get Rosa high enough to avoid nerfing the big bangs or not, but it all depends on how many levels he's going to get out of these sirens.
He's got 3 more sirens. I got to imagine he was counting down each steal, so he's planning on using all of them.
Yeah, 1900. That'll miss some of the big, full big bangs, but that's still a little low. Sorry.
When I do it, I think I just try to have her learn white. She's at 2100 by that point, and it's like you're set.
Well, if he does get Rose up high enough, he can maybe do a little bit of, white reflecting, maybe. How dare you not be perfect at this? And he's off. Let's go take on Z. Looks like. Unless he do more shopping. Nope, he's going. So there's always a question between every seed here, and whose butt do you think we're going to kick today?
Oh, and that's such a great question. Um, it's one of the best things about this particular randomizer. One of the great things that the community kind of curates and pulls together is randomizing the Zeromus final form. So I don't know. I'm a fan of seeing kind of the creative artwork that's available out here. We'll see if it's going to be a joke boss, if it's going to be something a little bit more sinister. Uh, but I love doing this. And then we missed our harp music. The harp wasn't even considered at this point in time. We'll have to ask everyone afterwards.
Yes, Scarlet Kitty with the amazing artwork for each of these Z sprites. We'll see which one it is. And while we're waiting, we have no dumping going down to Lux the Falcon, which will get him the crystal. And I think we will have to do a little bit more grinding before we can take on Zeromus.
Yep, his grind will be up on the moon, which will be a little bit quicker. Well, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's only got 8 key items. Is really the trick though. So it's going to be maybe even a little bit longer of a grind.
It might be, but it does, help counter a little bit that he does have the crystal sword, and I wasn't paying too close attention. I know he went through Baron, right? Did he get a Rosa? Oh, he didn't get Rosa. Okay.
D Hoarseness. This looks like an amazing boss. What is it?
Good question. Oh, Phantasy Star 4. Okay, I haven't played those games.
This is why I love you, chat, because I can ask a question and you guys actually answer it.
That is a beautiful looking sprite. I love the detail on it.
So far, chocosura is just going to town on and set up. All right, he's having Porum set up for healing. Did nerf the first Big Bang. Of course, Teller's going to kick in the sequel. Looks like his Rosa is just going to be playing Alchemist and throwing tier 2s on a Porum.
Interesting, but there is a wall on Porum. I wonder if Rosa's going to use Rosa for Holy at all?
Probably gonna wait. We've got our Zerkers going. Wait for the shake. Set up a white. Or not. Neither white mage has white. Okay.
Oh, they don't. Okay.
But still gonna try to nerf. Set up to do a quick silk web right here.
Hey, I like doing white. If I've got enough speed or good enough anchor, and especially I'm doing like flex struts, it's fun to do white. I know it takes longer to cast. Oh no, I'm not gonna do. No, you don't do drag cast. This is all reflect stuff.
Yeah, nothing but reflecting.
I like the animation of white, so it's fun using it when I can.
Yeah, he's using Rosa right now to try to set up, you know, the uh, really the silk web so that he can nerf the Big Bang.
And that is the way to do it. If you want to keep your power up, you gotta nerf those big bangs.
Or Rosa, because
Oh wow, that's some damage.
I think Power has a power staff and then Zerg. Yeah,
Not bad. That was not nerfed.
that was not nerfed at all. Oh no.
Oh, if Chocosura is not able to do this, that's going to be make it a little bit closer for no dumping here, because he's going to the moon now.
Black hole, oh no. He's put out some damage, but I don't think he's put out that much damage. He's tossing nukes instead of tossing viruses, so he's already pushed into second phase. He's done his HP refill.
He's got Rosa to heal here, so I think he'll recover. That was a close call, though.
Rocks fall.
Nice.
And flashes. GG's to Chocosura.
Indeed, GG Chocosura. He now has a record of 1-0. Very nice start.
Does finish with an official time of 1:10:15. GG's Chocosura. We'll see if Chocosura is ready to chat with us. In the meantime, no dumping. Looks like he might be trying to get some shopping done before he goes up.
I didn't see much in the item chest or item shop there, so maybe you thought there was, ethers or something else up there.
And joining us now in the chat is our winner, Chocosura. GG's.
GG Chocosura.
Oh, can you hear me?
Indeed.
All right.
So my first question for you is, what did you think? What was going through your mind when you saw that crystal sword after getting rid of Cecil?
Well, I was thinking, all right, if I don't find another Cecil, because I was kind of planning on replacing either Porum or Yang, but I said to myself, if I find a third Cecil, then I'm taking him. But if I don't, then I'm not going to worry about it.
And that's fair. No use crying over spilled milk, as I say.
Yeah, Crystal Sword Cecil is overrated anyway. Although during that Z fight, I kind of wish I had him because my damage wasn't as high as I thought it would be, and and I knew I didn't have white on either of my white mages, so I thought to myself, let me attempt to speed this fight up even just a little bit. But thankfully, that black hole came and just undid everything. I undid that berserk on Rosa. But
That was
I
a
mean,
close call. Yeah.
yeah, it definitely was.
So tell me a little bit. I mean, you had stolen some things from, a few sirens from the alerts, but you ended up getting the pass, and you had your way up to the moon, or at least up to Zeromus, but no way to the moon, and none of the nice, easy grind fights. Were you a little bit panicked at that point in time, or what was going through your mind at that point?
Not really. I mean, I knew if I didn't find darkness, I would have to try and find that pass from somewhere. And I knew that wiping was at top of tower, which I wiped to. So I was thinking at that point, okay, hopefully darkness or pass is not behind him. And then I saw the evil wall and what was the other one? Karate, I think, down in Fate March.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't want to mess with those either, especially without Cecil. So I just, went to Baron and hope and prayed that either a darkness crystal or a pass was down there. And I kind of wish I stole some more sirens at the end so I could get white on at least Rosa, but
Did you think you had white? Because I noticed you had cast a wall on Porum during the Z fight.
mainly that wall on Porum was just to reflect the counter nuke, pretty much.
Okay. That would have been my second thought. Yeah.
Because I have a bad tendency to get unlucky when I have Porum in my party during Z. I knew Rosa was going to be okay, but Porum not so much. I just do that wall up just as a safety precaution.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a good idea.
So it's interesting because, and I know, you and No Dumping have not really had a chance to talk about the seed yet, but um, Wyvern was kind of an interesting surprise there at the top of the tower. You made a beeline for that as soon as you got to the underground, um, and it ended up being kind of a surprise with Wyvern. What were you thinking when that happened?
I mean, as soon as I saw that moon spread, I was thinking, okay, let's just hope this isn't Wyvern. Let's hope it's Plague or something else. So that's why I kind of made a beeline toward it. And then, boom, there's Wyvern. I knew my party wasn't set up for it, so I just decided not to mess with it.
Guess what was there?
What?
Darkness Crystal.
That's funny. And now I'm even more glad I went to Baron and got that pass.
Yeah, we No Dumping actually cleared that. He has his Crystal Sword Cecil. He got through that. It was a bit of a rough fight. There was a lot of lives being thrown around because he was just kind of counter nuking at that point. But yeah, that was where the Darkness Crystal was. And right at the same time that he got that is when you found the pass. So you both, had it was effectively go mode at that point, and you had two different ways to get to the moon.
I see. The other reason why I didn't take that Wyvern fight is because I didn't really have enough damage to actually do a battle of attrition, especially since I didn't have Cecil with me. So that's the other reason why I didn't take that fight.
I mean, it was kind of a rude fight, no matter how you shake it out, right? And the fact
Yeah.
that Darkness Crystal is up there,
Yeah, definitely. I also couldn't seem to make up my mind when I was trying to see what anchor I wanted to keep, because When I got the Vidya in my party, I was planning on just keeping her, and then I realized, okay, I'm in go mode. If I find darkness, I'm going to need Teller. So that's why I took the Teller from Evelyn Cave in case I needed to do a D machine gun. But I mean, it all worked out in the end, but I just couldn't seem to make up my mind which anchor I wanted
Yeah,
to
that's
keep.
fair. That's what I think we figured when you went back to the Tala, in case you needed to do the D machine.
Yeah, when I found the pass, I'm thinking at that point, okay, let me go steal sirens and let's do eggs. I have an assassin dagger, which I thankfully bought, and let's just grind that way. Since I'm not gonna bother trying to look for darkness at that point.
And thankfully, you did get that 10th key item because then, yeah, it made the egg grinding much easier.
Yeah, that was another thing that was on my mind. I had 9 key items, a pass, and go mode. So I was hoping and praying that that 10th key item was in Baron. Otherwise, I'd have to try to, go for Wyvern or go for one of those Fey March bosses instead.
Do you have any other questions for him, Fantasia?
No, no other questions. Congratulations. This particular flag set, we saw it early, or the quests, and we said, oh, this might end up being pretty quick. Hour 10, that's pretty quick.
Yeah, I think that was pretty quick. I mean, I recently did a practice seat, and I actually finished in like 30 some odd minutes because all the objectives were right on the overworld, and I think that's the fastest I've ever completed this flag set. But yeah, I still think 110 is pretty fast for this flag set.
Oh, definitely, very much
Yeah,
so.
definitely.
GG's. That was a very good game.
Thank you.
GG's once again. Moving on to 1-0. First race completed out of that, what is it, Ravana group? Looking forward to seeing how that group shakes out. That's going to be a fun group to watch as we go through, as all groups are, frankly.
I agree with that. I'll tell my sis to at least try to make it to the magma group, at least.
Well, you're well on your way there. We'll see how the rest of the races shake out. But GG's one last time, chocosura.
Thank you.
GG's.
Thank you. All right, you guys take care.
You too.
All right, that was chocosura. If you like what you saw from him, go ahead and give him a follow here on Twitch. Meanwhile, we're watching No Dumping. Looks like he was doing checking some extra bosses, trying to get that 10 key item set. I think at this point he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I think he's trying to get up to the 10 key item sweet spot.
Also, I'm not sure, does he have any sirens left? Because maybe if he doesn't have any sirens, he could be going for not just key items, but maybe for experience too.
I'm not sure. He's not quite there in terms of levels. His that's messing me up too. His forum is still pretty low. Did not pick up the Rosa. Never bothered going to Baron Inn. So no Rosa means your forum is going to be taking some big bangs to the face. You're going to have to be really careful about nerfing those big bangs.
Yeah, or I have to nerf it, or just have enough, maybe commit Yang or Edge to being a chemist and just have Cecil whack away with his crystal sword. If I caught it right, he's still at 9 key items, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah, he is, and looks like he may be making the dive now.
Yep, looks like he is. I thought he was going to maybe check the Ogopogo spot, but he's giving it a shot. Oh, yeah, Gambit made a good point. Did Porum get her Cure 4? Because without Cure 4, for sure, it's going to make this difficult.
Yeah, that might be rough. That might be rough. I don't know off the top of my head. His HP pool, I'm always a little bit concerned about Porum's HP pool, so that's what I used to gauge, and it was low enough that I think she might have it, but even then, I'm still nervous.
Oh, yeah, me too. Either it's going to do its nerf for the big bangs or, res Porum every time a big bang goes off. Because, his other characters, well, at least Cecil, Yang, and Edge should have enough to handle the big bangs. Just keep Cecil up and berserking. Just notice he's taking a while before using the crystal. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, it looks like he was trying to get set up, get everything set up at this point.
Get the right order.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a very. Dathis is right. Our restreamer in chat. This is a very low level Porum. It's got to be very cautious here.
Is that like low 40s even? Maybe mid 40s?
Trying to put a fast on Cecil to get things going as quickly as possible. Because Crystal Sword Cecil does so much damage.
He didn't nerf.
Nope, could not get a nerf off. And we'll see.
Ow.
Ooh, that even took out Edge.
That was a bad roll.
Doesn't get much worse that roll.
Oh, another big bang right away. That is a fast fight.
I don't know what his Cecil is set at, but I imagine his agility is quite high. And Threemus does kind of wipe the floor with our wonderful friend No Dumping. And reading the race chat right now, he did go ahead and forfeit the remainder of the match. He had seen that chocosura had completed 15 minutes ahead of him, so he opted to not complete the race. GG's, No Dumping either way. He was right there in the mix of this fight right from the very beginning, and it was back and forth, just a couple things a little bit different one way or the other, and he was right there in it.
Indeed, it was, for most of this race was very exciting and close.
Absolutely. With that, though, that is going to conclude our broadcast for Highway to the Zenith Zone. Once again, I do want to give a big shout out to Dathis, our wonderful restreamer. Also give a shout out to Gambit 017, who was doing the tracking for us, and also Bahamut. I hope you got the rush shaken out. First commentary since the Bull Gauntlet.
I did. Thank you so much, and thank you for commentating with me. It was a good first commentary race. So Um, it was a good job. Thank you.
Absolutely. Just a reminder, we have lots of other races that are going on later today here at 3 o'clock Eastern. So, here in about 15 minutes, over on Free Enterprise, we're going to have Boren Soren versus Commander Leonhardt. That's going to be a hype race. Make sure to go over to Free Enterprise with that. Also, tonight at 5 o'clock Eastern on Randomania on the main channel, Talisale versus Vampstar 87. And 9 o'clock tonight, again on Free Enterprise, we're going to have Plumeria Night versus Prof. Corey. So lots and lots and lots and lots of races still going on as we moving through this particular phase of the tournament. Make sure to follow, Randomania. Make sure to follow Free Enterprise. Make sure to also follow all of our other partner channels to make sure you're not missing out on any of the Free Enterprise action. And join us over on the Discord. One final run. Any closing thoughts then?
Not too much. I'm just want to say, all free enterprise all the time. There's lots of great races here. I'm looking forward to watching more.
Absolutely. In the meanwhile, if you're sticking with us, we're actually going to go raid Invenerable, one of our community leaders right now, who's already in the table stages. Like he's not even participating in this. So we're going to go raid him, say hi to Inven just before we head over to the other match. Guys, we'll see you at the next race and have a great rest of your Sunday.
Take care.